Hello everybody, I am Jay and welcome back to Devlog 31 in a series where I cover progress made on this hellscape that is this game's development. Uh, so, the last devlog came out about 2 months ago when roughly around February? Yeah, no, if it's April, late January or early February, probably. So I'm guessing it's the former because I'm pretty sure I did it because it was the end of the beginning of the new year or whatever. No one cares though. Let's get to the point. So you may be wondering, Jay, it's been like 4 months. What have you actually done? Well, you might not be able to notice just from looking at it. The game looks about the same, but there has been some progress. For instance, oh yeah, we renamed one of the classes because Cool Kid didn't roll off the tongue that well, even though that class only exists for like less than, actually no, it's for the majority of Act 1, I guess, but it's not going to be used for most of the game. Another thing, I have made more awful placeholder art. If you're wondering, a lot of the art here is made by the amazing Oroyesis, but when he cannot make art, I have to make placeholder art because I do not have I do not own RPG Maker VX Ace, which is what some of these icons are actually from. So I had to replace these, but when the beta test comes out. The new poorly made icons are a sword that looks like a knife, a poorly drawn bow, a lopsided gun, a thing that's supposed to be an axe, a book, and a really badly made boxing glove, and also a staff. Oh, I did not mean to change that. Also, I have equipment slot stuff that looks pretty bad, but it's fine for placeholder. We have this whole row is finally complete with custom icons. This row also is 2 now. We got a physical attack icon. We have this incredibly old gun icon that will need to be replaced eventually because it's also a placeholder. We have the ailment icon, the healing one, as well as the ultimate icon, which is poorly made. It's really bad. I think this one was made like in like a few seconds or something. But the only one I actually kind of like the physical one. It's just a little too small. But yeah, it works. Aside from that, we do have some new items like the Proto Potion and the Canned Good, which are gotten pretty late in the game. Actually, they can get confused whenever, but yeah, they're gotten pretty late in the game. Another thing is that some items have been buffed. The early game items have been buffed to hell. We got like leftovers. I think did like 50. No, it did like 25 healing. Now it does 50. Chips, which used to do 50, now do 75. And cookies that did 75 do 100 now. Or do I don't know. Actually, I think they always did 100. Oh well. Some other stuff was changed too, but I don't think I can go too far into that. As you can see, we still have a lot of unused item slots from when we removed the old costume items and all that. Oh, yeah, we have Monster Repellent. Don't know how long that's been in the game, but yeah, that's in the game now, so you can avoid having to, encounter enemies if you don't want to. You could always just use cheese to enable no encounters, but that's not fun. Also, you can now get revival sodas in the early game. In the early game, this is the only reviving item, but it's dirt cheap when you first get there. But later on in the game, they become more expensive because they're actually pretty powerful. Only heals you to 1 HP, but you cannot die for 1 action after use, which is actually incredibly good. Like, really good. Ugh. But as you can see, we have some new items indicating that where you get them from. Dropped by a deadly beast. This does imply a new boss fight. Not that I'll show it to you, but yeah. Speaking of that new boss fight, I have finally finished that side quest that has been, being worked on for literally ever. Yeah, that's basically it. Let me see. Let's see. We talked about the icons I made. Oh yeah, we've added more NPCs. They're not too... There's not too many around, but I've given more things dialogue. So it's less NPCs and more that you can interact with far more stuff than you used to be able to. And on top of that, a lot of the dialogue was redone too, because before this, most of the characters kind of like melded together. I didn't feel like they all had one defined personality. And now they kind of do, which is very important, because this cast is going to have, admittedly, a lot of characters. On top of that, I did get a new skill added. That is, let's see, no, it's up here somewhere. This one, the rewind skills. These skills, oh boy. It took a decent amount of effort looking for the proper, like, stuff online to make these skills. But essentially, in battle, you can use, any of these to, well, specifically the observer in both his handful of, like, impossible to win fights and in a short segment where something happens related to him, let's just say, he can use these skills, and they essentially are the closest thing he has to healing, because I don't want to give him potions, because no one likes a character, like an enemy that can heal themselves. Let's be real. But it does more than just that. It also kind of recovers his MP as well, so it's a generally just good skill. But there's also a version that can be used on your foes, and that's just if your foe can heal. And also, yeah, that's basically it. Sadly, it only works on HP, SP, and TP, or AP rather. I renamed it a long time ago. Don't know. It's still hard to remember, but it only affects those. I kind of want it to affect status effects and all that stuff, but for now that's kind of impossible, I think, so yeah. But until then, it'll just be like this. Also, in the game, there was an intro that would play. It was right here, and it would just display some dialogue and have some stuff. That was removed because it had to do with a certain character that originally was aware that they were in a game, but now they're a lot less self-aware. And besides that, what else has been changed? Also, as you can tell, I'm kind of tired right now. Oh yeah, that's the funny thing. I completely forgot to make a devlog. I was supposed to make a really nice, fancily edited one, and it would be all cool and stuff, but then I forgot. Yeah. I have been working on the game a bit more consistently now. I've been trying to work on it every weekend, just so that I know progress is being made. Because I don't really have too much time on the weekdays to do it. Let's see what else. Also, I showed these briefly in one of the last videos, but the Volcano Cave has now been fully implemented, and it is just one long map. And it's now accessible in the ocean path as well, which has now been expanded upon to look less bad. To be fair, it still looks kind of bad, but there's not a whole lot you can do to make an ocean floor interesting. Because it's just darkness and sand. Hate sand. It's rough and coarse, and it gets everywhere. But yeah. I think I mentioned this a long time ago, but the reason why we kind of merged these into one large map is simply so that to avoid RPG Maker's really annoying hard cap on maps. Well, there is no hard cap on maps. Technically, you can have as many as you want, but the editor only supports a certain amount, and to avoid running into issues there, we do that. Wake up, stop yawning. Alright, that aside, the only thing really left to show off is, oh yeah, we changed this intro screen real quick, just because we could. And if you look, you can notice that the font has changed. The old font had a problem where when letters would put close together, they could clip into one another. And this new font is not only easier to read, but it doesn't have that issue. So yeah. And also, all the dungeons have been fixed a bit to be a bit better, both storytelling wise and also just with certain broken mechanics. Like, I think, let me see, where is it? There is one dungeon where one of the puzzles flat out was basically broken. You could just kind of stand still and the trap wouldn't trigger. So that was fixed. It now actually works correctly. And yeah, as you can tell, I'm running out of stuff to say. Um, yeah, I really have nothing I can say besides that. I know it sounds like not a lot of progress has been made, but it really has. We're a lot closer to doing that private beta I've been wanting to do for a long time. With the private beta, we can make use of these, these placeholder graphics because it's, placeholdery garbage. But once we get the public beta, aka the demo, out, all of this will have to be redone before it's done. Yes, Jay, all of this has to be redone before it is done. Yes, you are amazing at speech and everything ever. Um, I have said so many times. This is why I need to write scripts again. Okay, so with that aside, the only thing really left to talk about is my goals for the next year development. And there's only really two goals. The first goal, or actually no, it's three. The first goal is make more art. Both garbage placeholder art made by me and amazing not placeholder art made by the talented Oroyesis. Link to all of his epic stuff description. You already know what to do. You already know what to do. Anyone who watches these devlogs knows what to do. After that, it's to commission composers to make music for the game because we still need a soundtrack. Because what's a game without a really good soundtrack? And then lastly, my main goal is to have everything ready for a private beta test by the end of next March, basically, or by this, because it's technically April, so is it this March? I don't know, but by the end of March 2023, I want to either have done a private beta test or do the private beta test. So yeah. I am horrible at talking. I just stopped saying I just stopped saying so yeah. This is I haven't made videos in a long time if you couldn't tell. That aside though, I think it's about time I stop recording this video and get back to work and also get a haircut because I have not gotten a haircut in over 4 months. So yeah, I did it again. I'm fucking Okay, you know what to do. If you want more comments with your thoughts and your suggestions and all that cool stuff, like and subscribe so that maybe I have a sliver of a chance of becoming popular and doing this full time. And yeah. So I will see you all in the next one, hopefully. Bye.